on this computer, and then we'll go to share screen and PowerPoint. So we'll just go up to the start. So welcome everybody. This is Team Heart Training Week 37. So this has been a really exciting week for us in Team Heart. We've had the Australia tour going on this weekend. As I said, week 37, we're getting near, 3/4 of the way through the year. And tonight we're going to talk about, after the announcements, we're going to talk about the art of inviting, which is really an important part of your business. So just to introduce myself, my name is Una Closey. I am a Premier Pro 5. I live on the Sunshine Coast. I'm a nurse, so I have 2 jobs. I work for Ramsay Healthcare as a clinical nurse 4 days a week. And I also work for a private orthopedic consultant as well, in conjunction with doing LifeVantage. I'm Irish, as you can tell, so I'll really try and slow my accent down tonight for you guys, because I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult to understand when I go a little bit too fast. So if you do have any issues with me speaking, just put it up in a chat and hopefully I'll see it somewhere. So tonight, just welcome to all our new distributors. Well, welcome to everybody and welcome to all our new distributors. And sometimes we also have customers on here who are upgrading to distributors. So a big welcome to everybody. We're really pleased to have you on board with Team Heart United and also with LifeVantage. And we commit our love, support and training to you that we do every week. So it has been an amazing month for us, the month of August. It's been our best month ever to date, with 160,100 overall volume in our business. Like, that is amazing. That's 18% growth over July. So if you weren't excited about starting with LifeVantage or being a part of LifeVantage, you actually should be very excited at this moment in time, because we're really on the cusp of growth at the moment. We have had 301 new customers in our downline and 49 new distributors this month. Like, that's massive, so, just keep going, keep enrolling. And, the only way that you can fail in this is to actually quit, so it's very, very exciting. We've had 39 rank advancements this month, which is pretty amazing. And I'm going to give credit to everybody. It might take a few moments, but it's really important to acknowledge the people who have really worked their business this month. So first off, we have rank advancements with congratulations to Kim Wilson. Kim Lyman, she advanced to Pro 5 this month. That's really a huge achievement with this company. So our first big rank is Pro 3, for business, where LifeVantage really look and say, okay, you're really starting to, build your business. And Pro 5 is huge. So, Kim will be off, if she maintains another month, she'll be off to Utah to the Pro 5 Summit next year, along with Beck and probably another couple of people in the team. So congratulations and well done. Next, we have the new Pro 4s, Kelly Perrett and Sandra. Amazing work, ladies, well deserved as well. Also, we've got Christine and David, who have really worked their socks off. So, it's really excellent. Can I just say, if we miss anybody in this, can somebody please just put it in the chat as well? I do apologize. There might be 1 or 2 people that we have missed. It's not intentional. And we'll re-acknowledge you guys next week. Okay, so brand new Pro 3s, Drew and Caroline, Maricel, Matt, and also Myra and Kate. I'm really sorry I didn't have a picture of you. So we'll put it up next week for you. Next, we have brand new Pro 2s, Cara, Leslie, Pam, and Dan. And I think actually Holly is in there as well. So we'll pop your name up there as well, Holly. And the brand new Pro 1s, which is amazing. So we have Clem and Tina, Marianne, Michelle, Stuart, Robin, Ingrid, Elaine and Jeff, Jody, well done, Nigel, Corey and Shannon, Anne-Marie, Elaine and Jeff, Sandra and Toby, Eric, Julie, Alf, Beata, Brian, Catherine, Megan, Pam, Kath, and Cherie. And I think Mandy's in there as well, Mandy Napier. So as I said, please let me know if we've missed anybody, and we'll, rectify that next week. So upgrading packs. This is something that Charlotte, sorry, so I did mean to say, the only reason that I'm doing this training is that Charlotte and G are away down in Melbourne at the moment. As all you guys know, and some of you were with us over the weekend, we had the Australian tour with Tara Wilson and Dr. Peter Vertigan. So we had Brisbane on Friday night, which was an amazing event. And they then had Sydney on Saturday, then they had a day off yesterday, and now the guys are in Melbourne tonight. So just want to say a big congratulations to everybody who attended the event, and it was really worthwhile going. So that's the reason why Charlotte and G are not on tonight. And Denise sends her apologies because she's sick. So upgrading packs. If you've got issues upgrading packs, can you please email AU support at LiveVantage with the upgrade information, including your credit card information until further notice. I think they're having a little bit of an issue with that, but we can sort that out for you guys. Relaunch of Perth on September 28th. We've always had a small team in Perth, so there's been a couple more distributors come on there. So as a company and as a group, we felt it's really important to relaunch Perth. So we're going to be putting out a little bit more information and flyers at the end of this week to give you guys a little bit more update on that. But this is a really important thing for anybody who's got people in Perth or customers or anybody that they'd want to invite to something like this. And the third thing that is going to happen is Adelaide is actually going to be launched. So we haven't really got any, we've never had any proper launch done in Adelaide because we really haven't had any people there until now. So we have got some really good distributors there now at the moment. So we will launch Adelaide on the 27th of September. That'll be from 5 to 7 p.m. training, and then 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. for an opportunity meeting. And again, more information and flyers will be made available this week. So I'll just move on. So training this week is going to be on the art of inviting, which is really the most important skill in network marketing. I just want to check the chat here, guys, in case nobody can hear me. Okay, Madge. Thanks, Madge. Can somebody please just let me know that you guys can hear me all right? Maybe just in the chat, and that I'm not talking to myself. Would be really good. Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we're going to go on to the art of inviting, the most important skill in network marketing, and it certainly is. So as network marketers, the main thing is that we're professional inviters and have to get out there and invite people, because the more people, the person who gets the information in front of the most people are the ones that succeed in this. So inviting people to take a look at your product, and also the opportunity is what we have to do constantly. So I know some of us are a little bit more comfortable, you know, with the product side, and others are really more comfortable with the opportunity side. But, you know, we can't really do one without the other. You know, for residual income, we also need to have a big customer base, you know, which is our residual income on Autoship. But I mean, amazing to get both. So if you can get a combination of both, really, that's the way to go. So inviting is the most important skill that you can have. So sorry, let me just go on here. So the keys to understanding this, and this is something that I learned, you know, probably about a couple of months ago. You know, like all the events that we go to, we say to people, oh, you know, what's your golden nugget? What do you say to people? There isn't a golden nugget. You know, it's what you say to people. You can't memorize things. You know, it's more important that you're proud of the company that you're with and the product that you've got. And if you've got that, you don't have to memorize things. It's going to come from you naturally. So believe in the product and believe in the opportunity that you talk about. So people join people. They don't join companies, and they don't join products. So, You know, people need to hear and see your excitement. And that's why people join you, you know, because they, you know, they sense that you're authentic. And if you're authentic, you don't have a script, you know. And I know we all say, and I'm a culprit of it as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, what script did you use? Whereas now, you know, 16 months on, I have 100% belief in me, which is the most important thing, 100% belief in the company and the product. So when you've got that, it actually comes naturally to you. So as I said, people need to hear and see your excitement and belief in what you have and what you do, rather than see or hear a perfectly scripted script, really. So, question: if you fully believe that people need the product, why haven't you put your mom and dad on the product? So here's where we go back to saying, you know, who do you contact and why don't you contact some people? So why haven't you told your best friend about Protandim and LifeVantage or TrueScience? You know, and you're saying, oh my gosh, you know, I don't want to bug my family and friend. Well, if you actually didn't think that you were selling to them, then you wouldn't have that thought that that's what you were doing. So the only reason you don't call them is because you think it's a sales call. And that's 100% wrong, because we know that all we're trying to do is give information and an opportunity to people. So what should you do? And this is going back to basics again. You make a list, and every single Pro 10 and Pro 11 and Pro 12 in this company, and we've met them, they'll tell you the same thing. You go back and you make a list of every single person you know. And there is a memory jogger that we can actually, I'll put it up actually afterwards on, it's in actually Team Heart United. It's in the files if you go back into there. And it's a memory jogger, and it goes back through who do you know, back from when you were in high school, to who did you go to university with, to who did you go to your first job with, who are your best friends, who's your dentist, who's your chiropractor, who's your GP, who's your lawyer, who's your hairdresser, who's your whatever. So think big and think wide. You know, just don't think, oh my gosh, you know, go back through your phone, go back and look at all your contacts. You know, you probably have a couple of hundred people there. So it's not your job to decide whether they need it or not, you know. If you, and the other thing that you do is, you know, when you make that list and you sit down to call them, and I've been a culprit of this as well, and you look and you go, okay, you've got 1 to 50 or 1 to 300, as some people have, or 1 to 500, and you go, okay, I'll call number 1 and then I'll call number 10. Well, why do you do that? If you've got belief, you should be going number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. There shouldn't be a difference in what you're going to say to people, really, you know. So you're prejudging on 2 things. So you're prejudging that they either won't be interested in the product that you've got or the service, or they won't be interested in the business opportunity. And I found this out, you know, about prejudging people. Just because somebody, you know, just because somebody thinks, oh, they present well and they look as if they have wealth, that can just all be a farce with people. And I saw this in another company that I was with as well. And, you know, 2 of the top leaders in that company, they were down and they borrowed like $10,000 from their son. They had absolutely nothing left. But to look at them, you would have thought, wow, they're high flyers, you know. But their persona came across that that's what they had. But they had absolutely nothing. I mean, now they have millions. But, you know, so don't judge people. You know, if somebody might need the product, but they might need the business. So that's what you have to really look at. So you're looking for 3 types of people. You could list, on your list, you could be all of them, or you could be 1 of them, or you could be 2 of them. And the big thing is that you're looking for customers, you're looking for business partners, and the golden nugget to take away from here tonight is you're looking for referrers. The most missed person is the referrer, and they're the easiest person to get as well. So network marketing means networking to your market. So if you know, so these figures are actually, they blow me away. If you know 100 people who know 100 people, that's now 10,000 people. And those 10,000 people know 100 people. So that's now 1 million people. So your job is not to recruit the 100 people on that list. Your job is to get those 100 people, to get them to refer those people to you. So the most important question is, who do you know and who do those people know? So what do you do? Look, there's scripts, and again, there's scripts in Team Heart United that you can go in and look at scripts for different, to send to different people, whether it's product orientated or whether it is business orientated. And also in teamheart.net, which most people should be plugged into if they've come in as distributors. That's the website for the team in America. There's scripts in there as well. So there's lots of different stuff that you can use. But, you know, for me, I just find, you know, I just make it mine, you know, because otherwise it just doesn't sound authentic. So, but this is a call that you can do. You can call the first person and say, hey, Susan, it's Una. I'm so excited. I've just started a business and I love the products. I'm looking for new customers and we're expanding into this area. I'm always looking for business partners. But the most important thing I'm looking for is people who can refer me business. So that takes the onus off you looking at them. And that's a really good thing, you know, because then it takes the pressure off you. And then just say, I'm having a launch call or a launch party or whatever on Thursday at 8 p.m. and I need you to get on that call with me. So you may decide to become a customer or a business partner, because then you're giving them options again. You're not just saying, I want you to come in for a business. And if you're looking at somebody coming in the business, they'll nearly always come in as a customer anyway. And that's what I've found. Or you may not, and that's okay with me. But most importantly, you know people that I don't. And when you're on that call, you may think about people who need this. So again, it's just putting the onus on them. You know, I would be grateful if you could help me. So that's just, you know, again, being polite and saying, you know, I'd really appreciate your help because we're friends, but no pressure at all for you to use my products or join my business. So I think that's a pretty nice way of, you know, getting through that. So the golden nugget, the most lucrative part of you and my list is the referrals. And it was funny because I listened to Darren Jensen. And if you guys don't know, Darren Jensen does a live Facebook page twice a week. And he has movers and shakers. And he usually has a doctor or a chiropractor or some professional on as well. And he was talking to Skip Campbell a couple of weeks ago. Now, if you guys don't know, Skip Campbell is a master Pro 10, maybe even going on to a Pro 11 in the States. And he was the chiropractor for 17 years. And he's been with LifeVantage, I think about 7 years or so now. And he's an amazing person to listen to. And I listened to him the other morning, him and his wife talking to Darren Jensen. And Darren Jensen said to him, now this guy is earning 80 grand a month residual, you know, before he gets any smart start bonuses or anything or any pools. So, and he said, you know, what would you have done differently? And I couldn't think what he was going to say. And his answer was, I would have gone faster. And now this is only 7 years in and he's a Pro 10. And I would have gone faster and I would have worked harder. And Darren Jensen said to him, what do you mean you would have worked harder? And he said, if I had worked harder, I would have had, oh my God, Brandon Cunningham on my team. Now, Brandon Cunningham, as most of you would know as well, is another Master Pro 10 who is an amazing guy. And he said, I didn't know Brandon Cunningham at all, didn't know who he was. But he said, if I had worked harder and got my team to work harder, somebody would have known him and we would have got him on our team. And I sat back and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so true. So it's all about getting referrals. So many of the top earners in the company have been people who have been referred from other people. And sometimes not one of those people, they're not one of the people on your list will be your business builders. But the goal is that you talk to everybody on your list to see who they know that might need this. You know, that's really the golden nugget that you can take away from this. And another thing that, you know, he said that day was, he said, if you're not talking to your friends and your friends' friends, somebody else is going to be doing it. And it really is so true. And I mean, I can see it here even, you know, up in the Sunshine Coast, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of distributors up here. So, you know, if I don't talk to somebody, I know, like I'm a nurse, I had somebody come in the other day into my clinic that's on Protandim, you know, that, you know, another one of the girls, which is fantastic, you know, but so it just shows you word is getting out. So, you know, if you don't talk to somebody, somebody else is going to do it instead of you. So look at your list in a different way. Don't sell to them, but get referrals from them. So who do you know? These are the questions to look at. Who do you know that needs extra income? Like, we all know people who need extra income, be it family, friends, colleagues, you know, just people that you're talking to every day. So if you form people, and if you have a genuine interest in finding out about them, finding out about their lifestyle, their finances, their family, their friends, you will find somebody, you know, that fits into one of these categories. So somebody that needs extra income. Who do you know that's lost their job? You know, in the economy today, that's so prevalent. Who do you know that's in financial stress? I would say a huge amount of people. Who do you know that suffers from pain in their body? Probably, you know, 80% of the people as well. Who do you know that doesn't sleep? Who do you know that's always tired? Who do you know that wants to be at home with their children? You know, every mom in the place, I'm assuming. You know, how many people do you hear every single day that say, I'm in debt? I go to work every day and I hear people saying, I hate my job. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm probably the only one that goes to work that enjoys my job, you know? But most people don't like it. I was listening to my son in America, you know, he's finishing a degree in Arizona State University, and we were talking to him yesterday. He's just graduating. He's 22 years of age, and he's reading a book called How to Work a 4-Hour Week. I mean, I was laughing because he's a bit lazy, but anyway, you know, he's got it in his mind. You know, this is what these millennials, you know, want to do. They don't want to be in debt, and they don't want to work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5 for somebody else. So, you know, you have to think big and you have to think wide, you know. And have you heard anybody say, you know, life must be more than this? You know, it's a very, very, you know, prevalent thing at the moment. So, you know, the big thing is to remove your emotions. You know, everybody, I think, until they have full belief in themselves, the product and the company, you know, are a little bit scared about all of this, you know. And I was talking to a girl in America this morning, one of my best friends actually, who went on to Protandim probably about a year ago, and I have kept in contact with her, but you know, she only ever wanted to be a customer, etc. And you know, with time and everything, I had actually, because I'm on holiday at the moment, I had an hour and a half chat with her today, and I said, how are you actually going with this? And you know, she was like, oh my gosh, Una, I haven't told you, but you know, my sleep is so much better, my carpal tunnel is so much better, and we can't make any claims. I'm just pointing out if there's any FDA people around. You know, there was about 10 things, and she said when she started taking Protandim, she made a list of the issues that she had, and it's only now she sat down and went through them all and went, oh my gosh, this is better, this is better, this is better. And she's probably going to look at eventually becoming a distributor. So, you know, it's all about stop being scared, you know. So just start doing it, you know, and don't think about being rejected. You know, just start making the calls, because if you don't make them, somebody else is going to make them, and somebody else is going to get your friends on board. So, you know, you will make an income, you know, and think about the big picture in this, you know, think about what you want out of it. You know, you'll see lives changed. You know, you may not want to make an income, which is fine as well, but if you can change lives, and I think, you know, now, even after this weekend, we've seen and heard so many testimonies about people's lives being changed that it's pretty astonishing. And then after 3 months, you know, you can call the people on your list again, and now you have a story to tell them. And if you don't have a story, use somebody else's story. Like that's what Tara Wilson taught us at the weekend. You know, some people have bigger stories than others, you know. So if you don't have a story, just use somebody else's. So your confidence and success, if you do what we were after telling you to do tonight, your confidence and your success will have gone up like by 100%. And then you can say thank you for that one referral that somebody gave you 3 months ago. And that person, you know, is normally loving the product or the business and they're doing really well. So this method, guys, is rejection proof. If you do this, there is no way, basically, that you can fail because you're not selling to them or asking them to join. You're basically asking them for referrals. So it takes all the pressure off. So you're not there to sell to people. You're there basically to put information in front of people and let people decide themselves what they want to do. You know, because, you know, even with professionals, you know, again, they're waiting for their story before they put it out there. And we've really seen that, I would have said, in the last couple of months, you know, customers that have had amazing testimonies are now becoming distributors, you know, so that's the biggest thing as well, you know, continue to follow up with people. I would have said, you know, what I've learned is follow up at least 6 times. That's what the statistics tell you as well. And don't feel ever that you're annoying people, or unless somebody actually says a categoric no to you or they're dead, I would be following up all the time with them, because listening to Tony Kratovich and all those Pro 10s and even Dr. Mark Gordon, you know, he was followed up 3 or 4 times. So by Maria Williams, who cold called him. So, you know, that's where the beauty lies in all of this. And that's what network marketing is. So become a professional inviter and you will build confidence and see success. So this is what professionals do. They don't try and close everybody. Just they learn the methods of how to maximize their market. And they do it even when it's uncomfortable. You know, so you're going to get the rejections, which are going to make you feel uncomfortable. But again, you know, just have confidence in yourself and just think about, you know, for every 10 no's, you're going to get a yes. And that yes could change your life or change somebody else's life. You know, so the only way that you can fail is by quitting. And that's for certain. And you never know who's going to be on the next phone call to you. So go out in the next week. And these are the things that you need to do. And, you know, please take a screenshot of this. Redo your list. That is what every single Master Pro 10 has told us as well. Every couple of months, they redo their list. And I would also add to that, put a vision board up. You know, I was really, like, I'm Irish, I don't really do vision board. Well, didn't do vision boards, you know, I was very old school. But I have a vision board as well, you know, because I've learned from these people. So learn the script principle as well, and go back into the back office and go back into teamheart.net and go back into Team Heart United and look at the scripts that are in there. Make contact with at least 5 to 20 people a day and follow the system. You know, you don't have to reinvent the system, just follow the system. And again, you know, I tried to reinvent the system in another company and I was just wasting my time, as a few of us did. So just be consistent. Send them the ABC video or whatever video that you feel, you know, is congruent with you, and just get the information in front of them. So this month we've got, starting on Wednesday night, we've got a month of athletes and different sports people coming on to do Zooms twice a week. You know, that's going to be an amazing opportunity to plug people into, and that's being advertised in Team Heart United, or no, in official distributors of LifeVantage Australia. G put that up today. So there's a lot of, there's going to be 2 Zooms a week. So, you know, you can get people who are in that industry to connect into that. And then following on from that, arrange to call people as soon as possible and follow up. Following up is another thing. So we'll probably, I would imagine Charlotte will do some training probably on about rejection and about follow-up, because they're 2 individual separate trainings that need to probably be done in conjunction with this. So we'll try and get those organized in the next week or two. And set up a 3-way call with your upline. I always get one of my upline or sideline or whoever to validate me. I think it's vital, and you know, we've said this quite a bit before. It really is the way to grow your business, because once you've introduced somebody to the product or the opportunity and you've given them the information, and you then introduce them to your business partner or your upline, however you want to introduce them, by doing that, you get that person to validate you, and it takes the onus off you, and you know, you don't have to verbal vomit on top of people. So that's a really, I found that was actually what probably catapulted my business. So remember, the person who makes the contact, makes the calls, will be the person who succeeds, and that's proven. So you really have to look, you know, and everybody is different. Again, you know, this is up to you guys as individuals, you know, whether you want to go slow and go fast. But as Tara said at the weekend, you don't grow your business by going slow. But we've all got, you know, different time frames. You know, I work 2 other jobs as well. So, you know, but I want this badly enough. So I will, you know, I'll give up stuff. I never watch TV. You know, I get up early and I go to bed late, but that doesn't mean to say that everybody else has to do that. You do what's congruent with you and what you need to do, but you do have to look and see what you want out of this and how badly you want it. So the difference between where you are now and where you want to be is only one thing. It's the number of exposures you make in the next 7, 30, 120 or 364. I'm not sure whether that's not 365 days. So you can do this, okay? So that's training over for tonight. So I'm actually going to stop sharing, and I'm going to stop recording.